Hello everyone, we are the Louder Than Bangtan podcast. My name is Naina.
I'm Ines.
And I'm Ava.
We decided to create this podcast from the perspective of UK armies as we didn't see many available.
We wanted to keep up to date with Bangtan while offering a starting point for any new armies discovering them.
We'll have rundowns of the members themselves, their discography, army experiences, and any current events as they unfold. Before we get started with this episode, we'd like to say that we have no affiliations with BTS nor Big Hit. All opinions stated are completely our own and therefore entertainment purposes only.
So, I think probably the best segment to start off our first episode of our podcast is briefly speaking about the members of BTS, mainly because obviously we are fans of BTS, but there might be people watching who are really new fans, casual fans. They might want to know a little bit more. Do you agree?
Yeah.
So, we prepared some notes. We've been organised. We prepared some notes on the members. So, I'm going to start off with the leader, Kim Namjoon, otherwise known as RM. So, he was born in Ilsan, South Korea. He is, of course, as I said, the leader. He is actually the only member in the band who speaks English. He is a rapper, producer, writer, and the first member signed to Big Hit. Now, previously to being scouted by Big Hit, he was an underground rapper, otherwise known as Runch Ronda. And in 2015, he released his first ever mixtape, which was self-titled, called RM. And again, in 2018, he dropped another mixtape called Mono, which in his own words, he describes as a playlist rather than a traditional mixtape.
Achievements everywhere.
I know, king. So the next member after RM or Namjoon is Jin, full name Kim Sok Jin. He is from Gwacheon. I hope I said that right. So he was originally scouted by SM Entertainment on the streets and he rejected the offer because he thought it was a prank. He then had a similar experience with Big Hit Entertainment as he was scouted walking off of a bus into his university. He originally intended to be an actor and he actually had no prior experience in music, but that didn't stop him becoming the powerhouse vocalist that we know him today as in BTS. His other roles in the group are visual. He is ridiculously good looking and he knows it. He is known as Worldwide Handsome, which of course is a nickname that he made up himself. We love Jin in this house.
Imagine being that visual and thinking you're being pranked. Oof.
Cannot relate.
Could not be me.
So the next member is Sugar, also known as his real name Min Yoongi. He is the lead rapper, began his love for hip-hop in Daegu, South Korea, where he worked at a record studio at 17 years old. That experience led him to composing and arranging his own music, as well as developing his rapping skills. Before Bangtan, he was an underground rapper, also known as Gloss, where he mastered his signature sound. He has also stated that music is one of the most important things in his life. Example would be a time where he would sell his mixtapes on the streets and use the money to finance his future projects rather than eating meals. Under Big Hit, he has major roles within the group, having co-composed and co-produced over 90 songs. As an individual, he has released his highly anticipated solo mixtape, August D, in 2016, with fans still waiting for a second project.
Where is it? Where is it?
Still
August D 2.
waiting. Where is the album?
The next member we have is Jung Ho-seok, also known as J-Hope, the lead rapper and main dancer, who was born in Gwangju, South Korea. His time in the underground dance team Neuron and dance classes in Gwangju Music Academy had cemented his undebatable skills even before his debut. His various local dance prizes, including first position in a 2008 national competition, just proves how talented he was. Hoseok's involvement in dance eventually led to his interest in singing, becoming the ultimate reason for auditioning and garnering his position as the third member of the group. Notably, in 2018, he released his first ever solo mixtape, Hope World, debuting at 63 and peaking at 38 on the Billboard 200, making him the first ever Korean solo act to reach such high chartings.
Amazing.
We love to
Truly.
see it.
We love Hope World.
Hope World still banging to this day.
Not a single skip track ever.
So, the next member, Park Jimin, who doesn't have a stage name, Jimin is just his name, is the next member with the shortest training time. and is the lead vocalist and the group's main dancer. The 24-year-old is mostly known for his record-breaking solos, Promise breaking Drake's SoundCloud record, Lion Serendipity reaching 1 million streams, and award-winning dance capabilities. Jimin's artistry was finessed from his early life experiences with kendo, achieving a black belt, and Busan High School of Arts and Dance, where he was exposed to popping and modern contemporary dance.
You mentioned Lion Serendipity, but you didn't mention Filter, which actually like pretty much went immediately viral when the album came out, like the day. It was like trending #1 on iTunes, remember, when the album came out?
Iconic. Really.
Iconic solos.
We love to see it. A king, truly.
Yes.
So we have V, who goes by his name Kim Taeyong, was actually the last member revealed to be part of Bangtan. Previously, he had no music experience. He's actually from a farming family, so all his life he's just known farming, how to plant, how to harvest. But he did have some experience with the saxophone and piano. He has stated that if he wasn't in Bangtan and if he wasn't farming, he'd want to be a professional saxophone player. So that's really interesting. The vocalist is known for having a sultry lower register and an intensive growl, as evident in Singularity and Boy in Love. I think we can all attribute that when Tae does his growls, no self-control. Interestingly enough, he is also the only member to have an acting debut. So in 2016, I believe, he starred in Harang, and him and Jin have an OSTD for it. You should listen to it. It's bopping. The term...
It's gotta be you. I'm sorry.
Iconic, truly. I can't even blame you for that.
It's a banger.
It is a banger. The term Borahae was coined by Tae during the third muster, where he stated, "Purple is the last colour of the rainbow colours, so it means I will trust and love you for a long time." And that's how we express our love and support for Bangtan and how they express it back to us. So I thought that was quite interesting.
For anyone that doesn't know, Borahae basically translates in English to I purple you, because in Korea you would say I love you as Saranghae, and the colour purple is Borasek. So he just combined the words and he just literally said it randomly, and it is like so solid in the fandom at the minute. He just invented the phrase, you know.
We love a linguistic king. Shakespeare would be shook, turning in his grave right now. Iconic. And now we have the youngest of the group, or the maknae, Jungkook. Jungkook. He was actually scouted after appearing on a talent show called Superstar K's by another label, but they unfortunately dropped him. Their loss, idiots. And then Big Hit snapped him up.
Yes, Big Hit.
Told them come along. And he was initially hesitant to join the label because obviously his previous experiences. But then he saw Kim Namjoon, RM in the flesh. And he thought he was so cool that he could not turn this opportunity down.
A true role
model. That's how we have the main vocalist and lead dancer and overall golden maknae, Jungkook.
Woo!
We love that for him. So he gets the name the golden maknae because everything that he touches, everything that he does, it just...
Gold.
He excels. Like, he's phenomenal. Impeccable.
Unbelievable talent.
Truly.
Truly.
Could never be me, but we're thankful for
Cannot relate.
And this is evident in, like, songs that he's produced, like Love Is Not Over and Magic Shop, which are tearjerkers.
Bops.
They are. And in his little side projects outside of the group, he's known for his videography that he does through DCF, which is Golden Closet Films, and We Stan, a multi-talented man.
Yeah, he's also ridiculously good at art. Like, it stresses me out as soon as he puts his hand to a pen and a paper, something beautiful is at the end of it.
It's really quite stressful. Like, the other day...
He dabbles in a lot of things.
Yeah, like a lot. The other day, someone tweeted one of his poems that he did as a 4-year-old.
Yeah, I read that.
Who knew a 4-year-old could be so emotionally intelligent?
Just to even have the vocabulary to, like...
Yeah.
Write
Born
that.
iconic.
Yeah.
I cannot relate.
Insanity. As a 4-year-old. What was I doing as a 4-year-old?
I don't even think I could read
Definitely
as a
not.
4-year-old.
definitely not what Jungkook was doing. Truly. Oh, could never be me. But we stand. We stand.
Well, that was kind of our brief run through of the members for anyone who is like completely new and doesn't really know that much about the members. So hopefully that was helpful, informative, and interesting. We hope.
And again, we just wanted to keep it very short. We didn't include as much as information as there was. So please don't come at us if we've missed anything. We love them all equally. They're all equally as talented.
OT7.
All right.
OT7.
Equally as talented as each other. So again, please be kind.
Now, we've learnt about the members. I think we should now learn a little bit more about us. So obviously we've already introduced ourselves, but maybe you want to know a little bit more about how we got into Bangtan. Maybe like when, because usually
journeys,
our journey, kind of when Bangtan found us, because you don't find BTS find you at the perfect time.
Indeed.
So Ines, you are the veteran army.
You
so
say
do you want to?
I say hag, but each to their own. It's fine.
Do you wanna talk about when you started stanning the Kings?
Well, where do we start? It's been a journey, shall we say? But I first discovered Bangtan in 2015. I Need You had just come out like a couple weeks before. My friend was truly banger. My friend was introducing me to other K-pop groups, but there was something about Bangtan that I was like, wow, this music video.
They stood out.
I don't even know what they're saying because I'm not Korean, but the music video alone and the emotions and the stage performance, and then I heard the fan charts and I was like, wow, popular. I can agree, like talent can be seen. And then went down a rabbit hole, started like looking at like American Hustle Live, like found out they had a Twitter, found out about the members. I know.
God.
I know. We're not going to talk about it, but it's an integral part of their
We're not going to bring it up.
Maybe we'll talk about it in another
don't have enough time
episode.
In this one to go into it, but wow. And then comeback season was arriving, and Mrs. Dope, the queen, the living legend.
Oh,
Dope.
Oof. True. I was not prepared, but after watching it, after going through the whole experience of like teaser photos and teaser film clips and like the whole comeback schedule and them going to award shows and music shows and whatnot, I was like, we in this Bangtan shit for life.
So, like, how long was it for you, like, discovering them and then experiencing your first comeback? Like, was there a big gap, or was it kind of soon?
First saw Bangtan, like, couple weeks after I Need You, so I think that was May, and then Dope was around, like, August time, I want to say. So it was, not too long.
Not too long,
just enough time to research about them and be like, oh, these are interesting people. Yeah.
To, fall in deep.
I think we all sort of picked them up a little while before they were having a comeback.
Perfect timing.
Not for me. Not for me. I waited
Sorry about
ages.
That, love. Could never. Me and Ava cannot relate.
I know. That's on me. So I go into my story? So mine was, I discovered them in 2017, kind of twice in the year. So I discovered them around just after Not Today, because my friend was a pretty big K-pop fan and she played me the MV along with loads of the K-pop like songs, and I really liked Not Today and it was in like a random playlist, but I kind of never pursued it. I think I may have listened to Wings once at the beginning of 2017. However, I didn't stan. I just listened to it and I was like, okay, that's cool. Did not touch it again until no, literally did not touch it until the end of 2017 when they performed on the American Music Awards. They performed DNA, and it was so iconic. It was so iconic. Now,
reset.
Obviously, I knew who they were. I don't even think I followed them on Twitter, but I saw BTS trending like crazy, and then I watched the performance, and it literally, from watching that one performance, snapped. I was like, oh my god, they are amazing. So I immediately started stanning, and like 2 days after stanning, Mic Drop came out. Literally two days, but it was so soon that like I couldn't really I couldn't
process it.
understand. Yeah, I couldn't process, but I also couldn't understand how comebacks worked or anything like that. Like, I remember watching the MV and being like, that's cool, but not really knowing. I didn't go through the whole build up of like concept photos and everything.
Yeah.
So my
I guess coming from like a Western perspective of just like people dropping their music videos and moving on.
Yeah.
It's kind of like intense.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it's like a whole ass journey.
It's a whole different like cultural.
Yeah.
It's an experience.
Yeah, it's there's so much in it. But that was in November. I then had to wait. So keep in mind, by like a week into standing, like I was a fan. Like I was a fan. Then I had to wait till May 2018 for Fake Love, which was my first actual comeback. By then, I was gone. Like by December, I was a massive fan.
Truly in the fandom and everything.
Yeah, like in the fandom. But like Fake Love was my first like actual comeback. Like staying up, like looking at the concept photos. You know, midnight KST.
What comeback to
my
jump
God.
into? Like Fake
I
Love.
know.
Are we serious? That was a moment in history.
I actually can't believe that I got to experience that comeback because that was just insane.
Insane, truly.
But yeah, and then it's never been the same ever since because I just fell so deep into the rabbit hole. Never.
Took over your life. It is your life.
My
now.
life is Bangtan. Bangtan is my life.
And what a life to have. Like, what a blessed, privileged life to have.
It truly is a lifestyle.
It really
No,
is.
it really is. No, but the funny thing is, so obviously, Ines, me and you are quite like, I would say, even though I still feel like a new army, because I feel like time's gone by so quickly.
So fast, yeah.
And I'm like, it's 2020. I've been a stan for nearly 3 years, and you've been a stan for like 5 years, which is just crazy.
Haggery.
But it still feels like yesterday. But the reason why we really wanted to kind of make this podcast, because we all have different experiences of like coming into the fandom. And Ava, you have a really interesting experience, and I really want everyone to.
For you guys,
hear
it
about
feels
yours.
like yesterday. For me, it was yesterday.
Literally. Honestly, yesterday.
Because I always liked K-pop, right? And I think it was 2011 or 2012 where I started listening to Big Bang.
Oof,
Kings.
And they kind of opened the door for me where I was listening to like Girls' Gen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like
OGs.
BTS were just never like a thing. Like I never heard of them at that time. Like literally not. They weren't there. It was all about Big Bang at that moment.
Which it was in the industry.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And then around when Blood, Sweat and Tears came out, was that
God.
2016?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. I saw the music video when it dropped like a week or two after, and
You're
I was
so
like,
lucky.
"Oh, this bangs! Like, who are they? They're kind of good, you know." And I remember I was like, "They're so good looking. Like, what?"
Beautiful.
Because I was so used to like Western music,
artists,
like
yeah.
One Direction were my thing. Like, I was holding on to One Direction till 2000, till now.
Weren't
to
we
be
all?
honest.
Weren't we all?
Yeah. But like they were my first ever band that I stand. So it was so weird to go from like seeing One Direction to seeing all this like promotion and like comeback stuff for BTS. Like I didn't even know what a comeback was till this year. And so I listened to like Blood, Sweat and Tears, and there was some other songs that I liked. Like when Euphoria came out, I really liked it. And I had like a little playlist on Spotify of K-pop music, but it was just something I would like shuffle, never really
Once in
cared
a while,
about
yeah.
getting into
Like
it.
casual.
Yeah. And then in the past few years, it became such a big thing on Twitter, like stan accounts for like BTS, and they were just everywhere. Like I remember it was like 0 to 100. Bear in mind, I didn't follow any BTS stans.
Yeah.
So tell me why my timeline was BTS. Not that I was complaining, but like for someone who didn't stan them, it was
they
weird.
fully infiltrated
And I
the
was
system.
always seeing tweets about like someone called Namjoon and like someone called Jimin.
Who is
and I was
this
like,
Jimin?
I was like, who are these people? Who is a Jungkook? And then this year, I think I was finally ready to get into it all because I was like, do you know what? I know I like K-pop. I know I like BTS's music. So why not just like get into them finally? And I was ready.
Like dip your toe into and kind of find out a little bit more info.
Because I was like, I already know some of their songs. Like I know I like it.
Yeah.
So there's nothing holding me back. So I think it was literally January 31st.
Oh, you remember the day?
Yeah, literally January 31st. Me and Naina got together.
Yeah.
And we filmed a video actually where she showed me everything. And it was a lot. Like, best believe for a month, I was calling like Jungkook, J-Hope, and like Jin,
Yeah.
Jimin. Like,
It happens.
and my memory's bad as well. So it is a lot to get into, but it takes like one moment, and then the next thing you know everything.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
you don't
so
realize
weird.
when it's happened.
Yeah.
But one day you're like, oh, I'm reciting this
I
fan
didn't
chant
think
like
I
it's
would
nothing.
get this deep.
Like, one day, it's just like, oh, I want to find out who this guy in this fan cam is. Oh, cool, his name is Kim Namjoon. The next day, it's like, Kim Namjoon did this and this and this and this and this and this day and this year.
It is really true.
Insane.
Because I was like to Naina, I was like, I am never going to learn that fan chant. Like, my memory is not going to allow it. And then the next thing I knew it. I was like, how? I heard it like twice. How do I know it now? And I remember I would send videos of like someone in BTS to Naina and be like, oh my god, who's he? Like, who's Tae? And it would be like a fan cam. Like a really
All the
low quality
time.
fan cam.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, oh, that's J-Hope, or like, that's Jin.
My
I'd be
favorite,
like,
one
okay.
was in like your first week when you were kind of like getting to know the members. You kept sending me a picture of like different pictures of them and being like, "Oh my god, this member's so cute. Oh my god, this member's so hot." And it was just for the first like week, it was just different pictures of Jin from different angles. she was like, "Oh my god, which member's that? He's so hot." I'm like, "It's Jin." What about this guy? It's Jin.
It's still Jin.
I'm like, Ava, come
It's
on.
hard when you don't know them because their hair changes so frequently.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's not not that it's not a normal thing, but like with One Direction, tell me when they I want to
Never.
know.
I'm
like,
sorry.
When did they ever dye their
Lilac
hair?
Nile.
I don't know what that is.
But like it was weird because I already didn't know who they were, and then to have them have different hair in like every freaking music video, I was like,
It's
what's
very
going
confusing.
on? Somebody needs to explain this
It's
to
like-
me. 'Cause I don't understand.
Especially when you're going through like the history and playing catch up, and because they like such era is so clearly defined by like the fashion and the hair colors and the styles. When you don't know them and you've just gone kind of familiar with like, let's say, brown haired Jin, and then all of a sudden he's got blonde hair, you're like, who is this?
Yeah.
It is truly
But then you
so
wake
weird.
up one day and you're like, yeah, that's Jin. That's who it is.
And you don't know when it's happened, but suddenly you're like fluent in Bangtan.
I can't tell
Truly.
you a date where I finally learnt all their names because it was so hectic before where I was like, I couldn't even remember their names or who was who, and then the next thing you know, I know every single member and I know which one they are, no matter what hair color they have.
And I can imagine you were like frantically trying to like catch up to the information because it was literally comeback
I used to try so hard as well because I was like, I want to at least know who they are. Like I need to know, and I would try so hard, and it was just impossible.
But also, you're quite lucky in the fact that you know people who were BTS fans, so you could literally be like, who's this? Can you tell me about that? Where's this clip from? And then we're able to like just send you like, oh, this clip is from this interview in 2015. Like, you're very lucky that you have that.
That is very true because I've never experienced like something like that with a band before that I've liked where I've had to learn on my own.
Yeah.
It's kind of normally there isn't much to learn anyway, but like with BTS there's so much to learn that it's like impossible to find things because I can't just Google what is this video that this person from BTS did this one time, because there's like so much content.
Yeah. And also like not even just having us as like someone to help out, but even like the ARMY community are quite accepting of new people, like fans. So even if you like say, oh hey guys, like I'm just getting into BTS, like I don't know where this music video is from, can you help me? They'll be like, oh yeah, here it is. Oh, here's like a suggestion because you like this video, you might also like this B-side. Which we'll go into.
One thing I noticed in the BTS fan base on Twitter in specific, because that's what I use, they are so like, yeah, here, let me help you, here it is, here's this is what you asked for, here it is, like so helpful.
I always laugh when I go on Twitter and like whenever they've done something, especially in the West, like on TV, and then someone's like, oh my god, who's the guy with the pink hair? And then you look at their tweet and it's got like 3,000 retweets and like 200 like messages underneath. It's like, that's Jimin, that's Jimin, that's Jimin. And then they're linking the whole album, and I'm like, you do not know what you've let yourself in for.
Yeah, there's no gatekeeping that happens, which I really like, because I hate gatekeeping so much. Where like if I was to respond under like one of BTS's music videos when I didn't know, and if someone responded like, don't worry, like you don't need to know. Like it's like,
like what the heck?
Do you not want the band to get bigger? Like,
Yeah, that would deter people from like standing them. But it's really like, honestly, if you love Bangtan and you just want to like support them wholeheartedly
Yeah.
and you have no hidden agendas, then we're so
Yeah.
welcoming because we like that's all they deserve.
And I started standing, I'd say, right before Map of the Soul 7
Yeah.
came out, which was, I think, perfect timing because it gave
Yeah.
me
Oof.
insight into how it goes. Because I remember everyone kept saying, "Oh yeah, it's their comeback, it's their comeback," and I went, "Comeback? Where did they go?
Like
What
you
are they coming back from?"
like you literally started standing and they like announced like everything, so you
Yeah,
experienced the
yeah.
full journey immediately into becoming an army.
It was. I'm quite happy about it because it was
Perfect timing.
when they started dropping concept
Yeah.
photos and like giving more information about tour or like well, just
Also,
stuff like that.
they
It was
kind of did this.
perfect.
They kind of did this comeback a little bit different than usual in the fact that they kind of like dropped this massive like comeback calendar, essentially like schedule,
Yeah.
telling you whatever's gonna happen. So
Yeah.
you knew what was
I remember
coming
seeing
up.
that.
Yeah, so it was really good for new
Which I found
armies.
What
weird
events
It
because
is
I was
weird.
like, why are
Oh,
the
yeah.
fans getting the fans schedule? Because
Yeah.
it's such a not Western thing
But this
to
is
do.
this is like a new thing that they didn't do that for their last comeback.
I did like it though because it keeps you up to date of like, oh, this is gonna
Yeah,
happen
yeah,
today.
yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and it's more like, and it's like more than just like the music in terms
Yeah.
of like they're exposing us to different art forms and whatnot. Like, but like who for me at least, I can only speak for myself, but like I would not leave my house to go to an exhibition that I knew nothing about, wake up at the crack of dawn, do what's it called, scavenger hunting all over London. Honey, I'm a homebound girl. But Bangtan are like, today you are learning, you are expanding your mind.
And we didn't do it once, we did it
Yes.
twice for BTS. Because whenever we think BTS are doing things, we'll be there and we'll be there supporting. And that is what we do.
Which I love. I love about like the fan base. Like my first ever BTS event was Yoongi's birthday, and it was like such a weird thing to me because I was like, you guys celebrate the members' birthdays, but actually hold events, and it was like the coolest thing ever because they make these cup sleeves, what are they called? And they're like designed by the fans. They hand out photo cards that they've all made themselves, and it's like so professional. I did not expect. I thought it'd be like bootleg photo
No,
cards.
it's like legit.
No. They have gloss on them.
Yeah.
They're laminated. They're crisp cuts. Like
Holographic.
it's insane. And they hand out like slogans. Didn't they rent out like 2 or 3 cafes?
Those two.
And it was like everyone was so nice. Like
Venues, yeah.
me and
cafes,
Nana went
yeah.
in the queue that we were in. Everyone around us was just so friendly, and we started random conversations with people around us.
Like we started with just me and you. Tell me how the
Yeah.
whole queue, we were talking to the girl behind us, their friend, the girl in front of us. We were like talking
We ended
to
up being like a
everyone.
group of 10 or something.
Yeah.
We all went in together.
And then we ended
were
up having
taking-
dinner with people.
Yeah, we ended up going to a Korean restaurant
Yeah.
at the end of the day and having dinner all together. And it was like, this is weird. We met this morning. And that's actually the day that me and Inez met.
5 minutes ago.
Yoongi's birthday.
Yes.
And it was genuinely cool to have that be my first event because it was like an insight into what the fan sort of culture is, and it was really nice.
You were so lucky.
Yeah, truly wholesome.
Wholesome
There was no
content.
like trying to get anything out of it. They truly like these fans use their own like the stuff that they have, the money that they
Yeah.
have to like create the stuff
Yeah.
for other fans.
Because I
And
mean,
it-
we did it. Like I've never done it before, but I've gone to so many different events, and I always see people give out beautiful, like photo cards and everything. And I decided I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give out some Yoongi photo cards. So me and Ines actually spent like how many hours in like our local Costa, just cutting out and gluing and making these like handmade photo cards. And they weren't perfect, but we made them by hand, and people were really, really nice about them. Yeah, it was a great experience. And to give it out to
Yeah.
people, they were all so nice about it. And then Ava, you did it as well. Your first
Well,
ever
yeah,
event.
so when I went to see One Direction in 2015, was it? I
Yeah.
had made some like small crappy like printout stuff that I was
Yeah.
handing out, and it wasn't ever like I would just hand it out and it'd be like, okay, that's a thing. But like I made some for the Yoongi event, and I made some like cute little Polaroid photo card things, and the way that people were just so like thankful for it, and they were like, "Oh wait, I have some. Let me give you one as well." Like,
Yeah, it was so
it was just
lovely.
so wholesome. I can't even describe how wholesome it was. Best believe I was up the night before till like 3 a.m.
Like
hands
cutting these things
cramping,
out.
cutting these with the scissors. At one point, I was like, "Do you know what? I don't even want to do it anymore." My hand hurt for like a week after. Worth it.
But you strived on. That's what I mean. Like, it's such a like selfless act, because we're not doing it because
Yeah.
the members know. We're not doing it because we're gonna get anything out of it. No clout, no financial like
Yeah.
gains. It's purely just because we love the boys so much and we want to support them. And even if they don't know that this is happening, it's such a good way to come together with
And it's
people
like a
that have the
community thing. You
same.
get people together.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it truly is like you meet different people, and it is like a different community.
Aw. Well, we obviously, every time we talk about Bangtan and get deep, it always gets emotional.
How could it not?
But speaking of one emotion, let's move on to another emotion, and that is excitement. Is that the right emotion? Many anticipation. That is an amazing one to describe the next segment that we're going into. So we're going to go into Bangtan IRL, and we're going to talk about our experiences seeing them live. So the first time I saw them was at the Love Yourself tour. Weirdly enough, as you can obviously hear, I am British. We are all from London. However, my first concert wasn't London. I didn't get tickets to the London show, so my chaotic, crazy brain thought, let me just buy tickets to the next available BTS concert. And they decided to announce, just as I gotten paid, and just as I was running through craziness in my head, they decided to announce a concert in New York in Citi Field. So I just bought a ticket completely by myself and bought a flight to New York and saw them. Luckily, I have crazy times. Luckily, I had a friend who's a pretty big fan as well. She went as well, but it was like really last minute. Like, she booked hers like 2-3 weeks before the concert, and I booked mine about a month and a half before. But yeah, first time seeing them was the Love Yourself tour, and it was amazing. I then saw them in London and then Paris, which was
What a
iconic.
way to start. Three times your first time, like 3 stops.
No, 4. I saw them in London twice and then Paris once in New York. So 4 times. I know. Crazy. Going from going from like being a kind of new fan, being like nothing, and then suddenly, hey, let's fly across the world and see BTS. We love a chaotic person.
But how was that in comparison to like, obviously going to a show in your home city, in your hometown, like, it's completely different to flying out, especially by yourself. How was that?
So it was really weird. So first of all, I'd never been to America. Like, it was my first ever time in America. I'd always been wanting to go to New York, so I was just so excited about just going to New York in general, and obviously Bangtan as well. I was a bit worried about being by myself, so I knew that I kind of wanted to be around places where potentially BTS fans would be, so I stayed in a hostel. It was nowhere near the venue at all, but it was one of the cheapest, but like most
That's
decent.
a mood.
Like
Cheap but not ugly.
We love an aesthetic queen.
If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. And I was like, hopefully there might be some ARMY in here. And of course, ARMY everywhere. I actually met someone in the hostel who I ended up speaking to on the like rooftop area for like 5 hours till 3 a.m. the day before the concert.
That's so
we were
cute.
planning on going to the concert at 8 a.m. and we were speaking till 3.
3.
Which is just
Insane.
ridiculous. I know. But yeah, so I was a little bit less nervous when I kind of got there and realised that ARMY were everywhere, and ARMY are like the nicest people. And American people were really... First, keep in mind, it was my first experience in America, so I was really nervous that people would be like, oh my God, you're British. But like, no, American people, they were all really nice, and they were all like so shocked that I like came from the UK, and especially in the line, because I was like by myself queuing for the show, and I made so many friends in the queue, and everyone was so lovely. So, great experience.
Thanks, New York. New York ARMY.
Thanks, New York ARMY. But yeah, and then obviously London, Europe, they're pretty much the same. Oh, but actually, London and Paris are very, 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 very different. Like, in terms of the way the fans are. Like, the fans are in London, they're very hype. In Paris, Paris is kind of like EU ARMY, because a lot of people will travel over. They're very like loud, very loud, and they like to do this thing where they like stomp their feet, and it was really fun to be around.
They do that. They do that in the UK as well, though.
Really? I've never experienced that.
Because I've been to gigs before where, like Wembley Arena, it's terrifying. I've been on the seating upstairs in Wembley Arena, and during the encore, they'll stamp their feet really hard, and you're like, we're gonna die. We're dying.
Everything's just vibrating.
Today.
I've never experienced that in the UK.
I've had it happen quite a few times. It's weird, but I like it. It's funny.
I guess it's interesting how like London / possibly EU armies show their hypeness and excitement to Parisian and EU armies. Like I think like even though Europe's quite similar, I think we all like have differences in how we portray support and whatnot.
Oh, for sure.
That's quite interesting.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that was a Love Yourself tour, which actually was pretty much the first tour they even brought to Europe anyway.
Before we move on, I would just like to say, to this day, I'm salty we never got Wings tour. I'm not even going to talk about Red Bullet because that's traumatizing, but Wings tour, we never got it.
Is it cruel that I'm happy that they didn't come for Wings tour?
Only you want a fan.
I wasn't a stan. And if I knew that BTS had come before I stan them, I would have been so upset. So knowing that I was at the first ever show in the UK...
Alright, sorry.
Was
good to know for you.
Sorry.
Oh, stop it. The wait that I had to endure to see them live.
I'm sorry.
Well, it sucks.
I'm sorry.
Okay? I was meant to see, before I even stand them, right? I was meant to see them in Wembley when they played. And, do you know what? It just didn't happen, and it's heartbreaking, and I wake up in panic every day about it. I wake up in sweat.
Do you know what I actually forget about all the time? My old friend and I actually had tickets for KCON Paris 2016. I don't want to talk about KCON. We had tickets, but I wasn't a stan. She was a stan, and she wanted me to just come and accompany her because I kind of, as I said, was like into K-pop casually. And she ended up selling them because I was like, I didn't want to go because it was like really expensive. And for me, it was just too expensive to justify going for a K-pop concert when I didn't like it. A mug. Truly an absolute mug I am.
Listen, the only reason why I didn't go is because little old me was a pussy to travel outside of the UK by herself. But I watched the stream on Twitter and I was like, you are a mug.
If I had gone to the Wembley show, I would have been standing so long ago. And it's just mad because I think I've always known that I would like BTS because even before I was a stan, I was willing to go to the Wembley show. Like, I wanted to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then, like, seeing how much tickets were being resold for, which I know, yes, housing is bad, but a bitch wanted to go to Wembley, okay? And I was seeing tickets being sold for hundreds and thousands of pounds.
Literally.
I was like,
people were
maybe not.
doing a madness.
It was insane.
Maybe I'll skip out.
Yeah. But like we said before, Bangtan found you at the perfect time for you.
Yeah.
So clearly, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So everybody stay positive.
Yes.
It will happen when it needs to happen.
Amen.
Woo, preaching. We're moving on from that segment.
Let's move on.
We're moving on to like my first experience to your first experience, Ines.
So
sorry, Ava,
Ava's
you're going to be a little bit quiet on this one.
So I didn't go to the first UK Europe tour because, again, muggings. We're not going to speak on it. We're just going to move past and go straight to Speak Yourself. Oh, Wembley, the iconicness. Wembley Stadium. Let's just, before I even get into me, they sold out Wembley. Not once.
But twice.
A Korean group that doesn't sing in English sold out Wembley. Let's take a moment to pause, appreciate.
I know
the magnitude.
One of those tickets should have been mine.
Oh, sorry, Ava. So sorry. Ava's there in the back. I'm like, I'm sorry. Don't even talk about it. I'm mad.
Oh dear.
But yeah, Wembley. I went to day one. I don't want to speak about not going to day two because, again, my name is Ines the Mug, so we're not going to talk about it.
But you had sound check.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just run real through ticketing experience. The worst experience of my life. Ooh. I never want to go through that again. The flight or fight response that it induces in me is terrifying. But somehow I achieved sound check tickets. which to this day,
A madness.
very blessed and thankful for. But yeah, that was an experience, like lining up muggings again at 5 a.m. We're not going to talk about it.
Yeah, I can't believe you got there at 5 a.m. when it's random.
Stop it! Stop it! I don't want to be reminded of how much of a mug I am, but these are the things
Bless
that we
you.
do for Bangtan. And it wasn't that bad. Wembley's literally like 20 minutes away from where I live, so it wasn't too bad. But I just want to say that the whole soundcheck experience was a godsend. Like, everybody was jumping, hyped. I was literally, like, stood up, frozen. My body was not reacting. The boys did amazing. They looked, oof, chef's kisses. Don't want to talk about it. As always. And then, like, I finally realised, we're in soundcheck, but the boys were leaving the stage. Cool, they're leaving. The last member to leave, Jimin. Me and this other girl on the line look at each other, burst out crying. Like, hyperventilating. It was actually kind of tragic, and I need to grow up, but it was a lot. And then
Soundcheck is a lot, though.
It's an experience. Like, if
Right.
you can't get it, don't feel bad. But like, if you can, try. But yeah, like, it was a lot. The tour. Yeah, and if you can afford it, do that. If you can't, don't feel bad. Like,
Yeah, because the
don't
show
feel
is
bad.
just as amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
a ticket on the 3rd floor to soundcheck to the floor to the 2nd to the 1st floor. It's a ticket to Bangtan. Like, you're
There's no such thing as bad
they
seat.
will give you the same amount of energy as they will give people on the floor. So don't feel bad about where you are. Just be blessed and thankful for having a ticket.
Amen to that,
Thank
sister.
you. We are preaching today. But yeah, the entire show, like, like, it was an out of body experience. I would just say I'm the crybaby of the group, regardless of age, regardless of mental maturity. I'm the crybaby.
let's just
all-
point
they've all
out
had us
that
crying.
I'm the youngest. Ines is in the middle, and Nena is the eldest.
And I am the crybaby of the group, and I was there with my sister, and I was just sobbing the entire time. She was having a lit time. Like, my girl was going in. I was like, yeah, this is lit. And then 2 seconds later, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe they're real. Like, she was having the time of her life. I was having the time of my life. But every single video that I have from that show, video and photo, it's me crying.
Oh my God.
Aw.
It's
You're
intense.
one of them.
I'm sorry.
One of them.
I'm really sorry, but
Can't
that's
wait
just
for the
me.
next
I'm just
Yeah.
waiting for when we finally see them live.
Together, yeah. all
And
together.
you two are just
know,
going to be
I know.
sobbing your eyes out, and I'm going to have to mum both of you.
No, I'm not a crier.
You
the only
cried
time,
when you
I've
saw
cried.
them.
I've cried at home in my bed watching things on TV. However, the only time I've seen them a lot of times, and the only time I've ever
Young
cried
forever.
seeing them was Wembley Day,
Day
2.
two, yeah.
But
Day
come
two,
on,
that's understandable.
every single
Like,
person
Day
was
2 we're not
crying.
going to talk about because that's traumatizing. But yeah, I think I cry because it's a sense of, like, one, they're real, and two, like,
Yeah.
I'm here, like, I never thought I'd see them.
You can't believe it.
And two, like, it's a sense of, like, home for me, in terms of, like, I feel like
Mikasa?
they're singing exactly how I want to, like, alliterate my feelings. Like, what they say is, like, how I want to be, like, how I want to speak to people,
It
but I
hits.
don't have the vocabulary, the intelligence for it.
Aw,
So it
Yeah,
feels like
I get that.
Like, I found my home.
I get that.
Well, okay, real quick. This has nothing to do with anything, but speaking of home, not the song.
Yes.
Speaking of home, I've noticed that now that I'm watching all of this BTS content, like Run and
Yes.
like just anything that they really do that I like catch up on, it's weird going back to listening to like
The songs after.
English
Oh.
shows. Because I almost feel more comfortable with listening to them speak Korean now than I do with like
Yeah.
listening
And
to
it's
English.
only been a couple of months for you.
Yeah,
Imagine like years
it's
of that.
so odd, and it's such a weird feeling to
Feeling,
describe
yeah.
because I watch things obviously in English but with English subtitles because my hearing is not the greatest.
Gone.
But it's weird now listening, like not listening to just Korean and English because I'm like that's normal
It's like
to me now.
It
the
feels
members say,
strange.
like, oh, music transcends language, but it's also
Language.
not even just the music. It's like the emotion and the way that they speak.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't know Korean and you don't know like the contents of what
Yeah.
they're saying, the feeling that they put into it, it resonates with you.
Oh, 100%. Like, their songs, obviously, a lot of their songs I've, like, translated. I've, like, looked up the English lyrics. There's some songs, they have such an intense discography that there's some songs that I've
You don't realise it, though. The song is, like, some poppy song, and then you listen to the lyrics, and it's about wanting to, like, burn the world. And it's like, what's going on here?
We love a rebellion group.
But it still hits, though. It still
does.
hits.
It hits, like, when you don't know, when you do know, when you forget slightly and you only know sections of the song, like, it hits regardless.
Yeah, that's the thing with BTS. Even if you don't speak Korean, or you don't know the words in Korean, or you don't know the words in English, the music is still really good.
It's
like,
so, it's just
I
pure...
still, I'll be honest, I don't know some of the words. Like, I don't know some of the meanings of their songs. Like, I'll be honest, I don't know the meanings of most of their songs. But, because I haven't actively gone out to try listen to it yet. But, I know the ones that I really like. But even still, like, they're still bangers.
Bangers.
Oh,
I don't need to
100%.
know, you know?
Like, timeless.
Speak your truth,
timeless
I'm
songs.
listening.
Speak yourself.
Truly.
Yeah, speak yourself, I'm listening.
We are not. And speaking of Speak Yourself, Nene,
Hey.
you also went to that tour. So how was your
Yes.
experience?
So, my experience... So, I went to 4 shows of the Speak Yourself
Oof,
tour.
iconic.
I know.
We
So
love
I
a
went
hustle
to,
queen.
I know. I went to both London shows and then both shows in Paris. It was amazing. It was incredible. Paris was interesting because they brought out Halsey on day 2, I want to say.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I choked.
I was
So
like,
excited.
she got so excited at the mention of Halsey.
No.
So yeah, they brought out Halsey, which was really funny because I remember seeing on like Instagram or Twitter or whatever, she like arrived to London for something like the day after their concert. So I was wondering, because she's in Europe, I was wondering if she was gonna like pop over to do like pop her head into the show, and she did, which was cool. Pop her head into the show. But obviously, as I touched on before, Wembley Day 2 will go down in history, mainly because of the amazing memory of us singing Forever We Are Young,
I feel
or
like
Young Forever
day
with
two,
Bangtan.
Day 2 deserves its own episode.
Yeah, and it's really sad because that was the show that wasn't recorded. The first show was one that was recorded, so there's not
Big Hit,
the only
come on
videos
now.
of them.
Which is
are,
weird.
like,
Normally
I
they
know.
record the second shows, no?
I know,
Yeah,
but for some reason
Big Hit.
they recorded the first show of Wembley. But both shows were perfect. I would say obviously Wembley 2 will go down in history as my favourite BTS concert. I don't think anything could ever top that. I got a tattoo of Forever We Are Young after that show, because that song now hits different. It hits different. But I was really hoping that I would be seeing BTS very soon, but that's not happening because of Miss
Transition.
Rona.
Map of the Soul 7
So
tour.
transition into our next segment, the Map of the Soul
depressing segment.
the very sad segment.
And just a quick little note, we hope you're all staying safe, social distancing, quarantining if
Please,
you can.
social distancing.
Yeah, if you can't quarantine, that's fine. Please look after yourself, be healthy,
Yes.
be considerate of people around you. Do the vampire sneeze if you have to.
Vampire sneeze, is that what they call it?
Yeah, the vampire sneeze.
I did not know that.
Sneeze into your elbow.
Learn something new every day, don't you?
Wow.
There you go. Teaching stuff out here.
Yes. But yeah, Map of the Soul 7 tour 2020.
This is quite tragic.
Hits home for
because-
you, especially Ava.
Yeah, I'm having war flashbacks, honestly. And it's tragic. So, tickets were set to drop. What date was it? In March?
15th? 14th?
early
Somewhere in the
March.
middle.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle, yeah. So it was we were all really worried anyway. Because
It was like a couple
was,
of days before
Yeah.
we knew we were going to go into lockdown.
It was during when Corona was really finding her place in the UK.
Headlining every UK concert.
Yeah. So there was some concerts that were already being postponed, even though Corona hadn't really become that big of an issue
Yeah.
in the UK yet. So we were like, is it gonna happen? Is BTS's tour gonna happen or not? What's going on with it? And then the day before tickets go on sale, thanks Big Hit for that. We get hit with that
Ticketmaster.
little ding ding notification
Ding dong.
It's been postponed. No, it's been postponed. We're not doing that. It was postponed to this
Next week,
month.
actually.
So in
It's next week, yeah.
9 or
Next
8
week
days,
from now,
actually.
yeah.
Insane.
So that was obviously really heartbreaking, but we kind of knew it was going to happen.
We
'cause
anticipated it,
It
for
was
sure.
this kind of like, you can't sell tickets for a show you don't know that's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we were at a point where Corona could have died down or gotten really bad. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, it got really bad. And
Yeah.
right now, it's
at
still
its
around,
peak,
you know, it's
but-
still...
It's uncertain
Yeah.
right now. Like,
But also the thing is, we don't even know if like the show's going to be going ahead. So
yeah, that's
tickets are out next week.
Really stressful, because Big Hit, listen, a lot of shows have either, if they were going to sell tickets, have stopped and either said we're not going to sell tickets until we know what's going on,
Yes.
or if the show was already happening, it was postponed or cancelled.
Yes.
What I don't understand, not that I'm coming for you, Big Hit, but I don't understand how the sales are
Still
from
going
what
ahead.
we know now. I don't understand how sales are still going through when we know for a fact, like, it's not gonna be great.
I mean, I can't afford a
in
BTS
July
show.
time.
I don't have a job.
Like, yeah, like, it's quite unfair and quite rude, I'll be honest. And
Ooh.
I have a feeling they're gonna let it get to the day before again,
And cancel it.
and then they're gonna either postpone or fully cancel it.
I don't think they'll
And
postpone
I don't
it.
think they should be leaving it that last minute.
Well,
but
Yeah.
like,
we also don't know what's going on behind the
playing
scenes.
devil's advocate. Yeah, from a business point of view, like, I think there's something more
Yeah.
than we're not being
From
told.
a
But from a
fan
consumer
side,
yeah, from a
it's hard,
consumer
but-
slash fan side, it's especially in the time of uncertainty because of Miss Rona.
Yeah.
We don't need any more uncertainty with
and
tour.
we know with Big Hit, they're trying their hardest to make this happen, not only for the fans but for the band. Because imagine working so hard for
I
so
know.
long to have a comeback, this amazing album, like all this hype, and then something out of everybody's hands.
Like everything
happens.
was prepared.
Like, yeah,
it was all
and
going ahead.
we know BTS just want to be on stage again. Like, there's
Yeah.
no doubt about that. You can tell by their posts on like Weverse and like their live streams. They really want to be doing it, and
sure.
it's hard. I know Big Hit are trying their hardest to make it happen.
We
There's-
just want
Yeah.
everything
It's
to
at a
get
point
better.
where you're like, you can't really do much about it, can
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, we just gotta let it play out itself.
So we're gonna wait 8 days and find out what happens.
What's
to
happening.
Ticket.
We'll let you know in the next one.
Best believe we're still gonna be trying to cop those tickets.
I mean, if they're
Whether
still out.
Rona is thriving or not, we will be copping tickets.
For sure, for sure.
But yeah, but like, because of the uncertainty of whether tour's going to happen or not, Big Hit gave us another little gift.
Ooh.
Bang Bang Con.
Well, let's mention before the gift.
Oh.
Did they drop the Army Bomb
Oh
special
yeah,
edition before?
Yeah,
Yes.
they gave us a mini gift and then a big
Yeah.
gift. So we're going to the mini gift
we didn't get
first.
the mini gift.
We didn't get
But
the
we
mini
did,
gift.
we as UK
EU
Army
and UK cannot relate.
do
But
not relate. But K Armies, our
Hey.
lovely little Korean side
K
of the fandom,
lovelies.
received a mini gift of the new Army Bomb
Special
Map
edition.
of the Soul edition.
which
She is bright.
bright, yeah, is very cute. I'll be honest, when I first saw it, and I saw tweets as well, so don't come for me. It did look a little bit like a garden light.
It
I'll
did.
say it. I'll say
It did. The
But-
first
but-
initial viewing.
It grew on me. It grew on me. And
did.
But
I
that garden
really
light
like
needs
it
to
now.
be owned by me now.
It grew on me so much that I'm angry that I don't own it. And
I'm so sorry.
I'm not joking. I was looking into spending £60 for a 20 quid Army Bomb.
Truly,
So
it's a mess.
Big Hit got you.
thanks, Big Hit.
She's sexy.
Take my money,
She's bright.
take all of it.
She's like sophisticated.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
if
very
the
bright.
version 3 Army Bomb was
skinny.
a sibling, she
Oh.
is
Yeah.
your sibling in
Skinny
secondary
legend.
school who's just finding her footing. She just went into year 10. She's a little bit confident. She's finding her style. Now, version 4, she is your university graduate sister.
Yeah.
Going
Sure.
out jet setting. She has a job. She has multiple streams of income and
Yes.
she's living her best life.
She's looking peng. Instagram on
And-
point.
I'm jealous. I want what she has.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
say
want one
it.
so bad, and seeing
So
all
bad.
these like fans on Twitter that have them,
Yeah, and all the like the opening reviewing.
I don't want to hear
videos.
it. I
Oh,
don't. The photo cards.
The photo
I
cards.
don't want to hear
Let's
it.
not even get into the
Yeah,
photo cards.
I'm not even
because
going to talk about that.
But yeah, it
every
was-
day.
It was a cute thing to drop right
Yeah.
before announcing, or maybe they announced BBC and then.
I'm not
Either
sure.
way.
Either way, it was
I
a
can't
nice
even
little
remember
gift.
the order. But
And now
Yeah.
the big chunky gift that is
Oof.
Bang Bang Con.
oh my god.
Oof.
Oh my god.
Oof.
Truly amazing.
all I can say.
Like, amazing.
It was an experience. For anyone that doesn't know what Bang Bang Con is, Big Hit did a 12-hour stream on a Saturday and Sunday of past BTS concerts and musters,
Yes.
and everybody streamed along.
So it was all,
Which
it
was
was all on
insane.
YouTube. It was all live, so everyone could watch it at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah.
For the we got up because in the UK, obviously, time
Timings were
zone.
ridiculous.
I think in Korean time it was 5 p.m. that it started.
No, 12
No,
p.m.
12 p.m. till 12 a.m.
Never mind. That's the one.
I think it was America. I think
Completely
it was
wrong.
America where it was 5 p.m. But we had to wake up at 4 a.m. and we all did it. We all set our alarms, and it was
Well,
really
we
good.
woke up at 3 a.m. just to get
Oh yeah, we woke up at
prepared.
3. But
It was an experience.
it was definitely an experience. It was amazing, and I can't fault it in any way. They did absolutely
genuinely.
fantastic.
It was
Like,
really good.
amazing.
I'm kind of evil because before it
Evil?
started, because before it started, I was like really
wanted it
annoyed
to
that they
fail.
were hosting it on YouTube because we saw how bad YouTube was. Like Namjoon
Namjoon
tried to
did a-
do
yeah.
a little live
Yeah.
the day before,
Yeah,
and it had
that's it.
6K people on it, and it crashed like 200 times. Like people didn't even know he was live because they were watching a black screen. So I was like, you've created this big event that you know hundreds, thousands, millions of people are going to
people,
watch.
yeah.
Why would you put it on a platform that clearly cannot handle it?
But YouTube
pulled
really
through.
came through.
Truly pulled through.
I don't know what servers they were using, but yes.
They truly pulled out the big
YouTube
guns for
and
this.
Google really pulled out the biggest servers in the world for that event. Ooh.
And rightfully so, because at its peak, 2.4 million people were
Yeah.
watching.
Well,
Mad.
the cumulative, is that what the word is?
Yes.
Cumulative?
Cumulative, yeah.
Yeah, the views were over 22 million. Now, I know that
Insane.
counts people who, like, clicked on, maybe watched for, like, 5
That's
minutes. and
for
clicked back off or
one
something.
day. For both days, it was over 50 million.
Oh.
Yeah.
But still, that's insane.
Ridiculous,
like,
right?
Even just the... Yeah. It's just insane. I don't even...
And YouTube
Insane.
YouTube are different than V Live, because V Live, I think like if you click out and click back into a video, it counts as like another view. That's why whenever you see them do a live stream and it ends, it's like watched by 10 million people when there probably wasn't actually 10 million people. But however, YouTube does a thing where like only if you're on like one IP address, then it counts as one, regardless of if you click off and click back. So all of the views are genuine and they're not like inflated or like made up or whatever. So it's all
And it was
true.
just a really nice experience to go through back
Yes.
into the Red Bullet tour, the
Oh.
Wings tour, HYYH,
Oh my god.
like the
It
musters.
was almost hard to watch because
Yeah.
you're kind of watching
Yeah.
them as literal babies. And then,
Oh my
like,
God,
by
yeah.
the end of day one, like, I was like, Junket, what? How did he go from
From
I know.
baby.
child?
Yeah.
But also
I
what they
think,
like-
did is that they kind of did it out of order. So they started with HYYH and then afterwards they did the Red Bullet
Red
tour.
Bullet
So it
tour,
was
yeah.
like, whoa.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, and for me, again, being the baby of the group, I did cry. But like the most heartbreaking and like at the same time inspirational bit of the whole weekend was hearing their speeches and their passion and
Yeah.
fire
Yeah.
and greed for success, and then like knowing where they are now and looking back at how they were during the Red Bullet tour and HYYH and the Wings tour, and like feeling their fight for success.
Yeah.
And just thinking, oh, 3 months after this concert, they won their an American award, or 3 months after they won all the Daysangs. Like, it
Yeah.
was insane watching it.
And it's not even like watching them grow physically, but like they get so much wiser. Like
Yeah.
Mentally.
we kind of went insane because when Bam ended on Sunday, we were like, okay, but what do we do now?
Now.
Like,
Yeah.
what is life?
We literally
So the
had
next
post-concert depression from watching a concert
from a
on
concert
TV.
that happened like 5 years ago. So the next day we went and watched The Fifth Muster.
On
Yeah.
And
a very
I'm
legal
telling
site. We paid for it, big hit.
Yeah, we
Kids, don't
paid.
come
We paid,
for us.
big hit.
We paid. Our money has gone into your pockets, please.
Lots of our
Please,
money. Don't
please.
come
Thank
for us.
you.
Don't.
But yeah, it
Don't
was
sue
just
us.
like so like oh, just experiencing the albums and like
Yeah.
for Ava, you as like a new baby ARMY, like
It was
like
weird
being
to
able to
watch.
go on that journey, although All at Once was very intense. I think it was a
Oh.
great educational experience.
The thing is, like, I'm the biggest Pied Piper stan, just letting you know, if you didn't know. Seeing Pied Piper, it was in the not the fourth muster.
Fourth
it was
muster,
in
yeah,
the,
it was.
Oh, fourth muster on the
Yeah.
Sunday. And then us watching the fifth muster Pied Piper. It was a year's difference.
Yeah.
Tell me why they look like completely different people.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane watching them grow up and, like,
Yeah.
the
But it's
production
not even
on
that.
these
It's not even that
masters as
they've
well.
aged, though. It's not even that. It's like
No, not
they've
age. Yeah,
No,
just
it's like
maturity.
Everything about them, their aura.
It's growing up, like,
Yeah.
mentality wise.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool. And, like, these masters, the production that goes into it.
Oh my god.
It's-
Insane.
yeah.
Insane.
What the hell? Like,
It's
how?
what they deserve,
How?
truly. It's
That is
what
the
they
dream.
deserve. But BBC was truly an experience, and thank you, Big Hit, for doing that. Not only for us,
Thank you, Big Hit.
but for the boys, because at one
Yeah.
point Tay was
I
streaming.
think Tay was watching, yeah.
and he was
Even Hobie wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Posted
Like,
when it was like a really
I think it
sad
was really.
part.
I think it was a really good experience for us as fans to experience, but also for Bangtan to be able to sit down and really realize that, like, oh, we've
Yeah.
achieved so much and come so far in literally 5 years.
Even-
5 years is just a
I'm
short
very
amount of time.
thankful for them dropping the fourth muster in there because that was the funniest stuff
Yeah,
ever. Like, obviously,
So
I hadn't
cute.
seen any of it before. I'd seen
Yeah.
like little clips and stuff, but like the fourth muster was truly my favorite part of the whole weekend
Yeah.
because it was so funny. And I think what was really cool about it was that there were 2 million people watching, but the tweets,
Yeah.
the live tweeting of it all was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Oh my
Like,
God,
the
Twitter
things that people were
was the
posting were so
best.
quick.
Yeah.
Like,
the best place
something
ever.
would happen and then the video would already be like on a 6-second like clip on
Yeah.
Twitter,
On Twitter,
like
yeah.
in a little edit.
Like-
Like, it was just so cool.
BBC was like an experience in itself, and
Truly.
then the community outside on Twitter and
Yeah.
everywhere else. Like, my favorite, like, truly crying with laughter. Like, one of my favorite tweets was like, oh, we've watched like No More Dream and Fire and Dope 6 times, but every time the TL was like, yes, did you see them? This is
It's so
it. They
true.
look great. They're killing it.
my
World
God.
stars.
Well, someone was like,
So good.
every time Hobie has a part, everyone tweets saying, oh my god, this part of Hobie is the best. And then the next part they'll be like, no, this is the best.
Tell me
And the
how
next one,
every
"This
Hobie
is the
verse in
best."
every song is his most iconic verse.
Yeah.
Iconic. Like, he truly outdoes himself. Like, it's
The tweets were
astonishing.
truly a blessing. Like,
Ugh.
thank you, Army, for being so funny because y'all had me laughing when I should have been crying.
I was crying with laughter, so
Yeah.
thank you.
It was such a roller coaster though. Like for
Yeah.
me, I think for the most emotional one for me was the Wings final. The Wings fight.
Oh my god, don't.
Yeah.
Oof.
Because first of
Don't.
all, Min Yoongi never cries, and Min Yoongi cried at that show. But it was
Stop
like
it.
an emotional roller coaster because like 3 of them did like the most emotional mints ever. And then Jin, everyone thought Jin would be really funny, and Jin tries to kind of break the ice, but then he still gets emotional as well. And then Jimin just comes out of nowhere and just starts acting crazy, and everyone's laughing, and I'm like, you guys are so cute. Like the fact that like they know that like because they mean what they say so much that they
Yeah.
no matter how much they want the mood to be up, they want to convey
hard
their
to
message
Yeah.
because it's so like important for them that like they give back to ARMY and thank them for everything that's like happened.
Well, yeah, I've never stand a band that
Cares.
genuinely cares about
Yeah,
their fans.
yeah.
And I know all these bands are like, yeah, like
Love
we
you
love our
guys.
fans, blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. But like,
They love
BTS
us.
truly love their
Yeah.
fans.
It
Like,
truly is a mutual respect
and
and love.
I
in
can understand
relationship.
that from someone who doesn't stan, they can see that and be like, oh, you guys are just whipped. But like, when you actually see all of it, like, what was this thing that Nana said to me when I first started standing? Because I was saying how ever since I started standing BTS, like my mentality somehow got better, and like
Yeah.
I was like, my issues with mental health are like getting better, but
Yeah.
like I can't describe why. And she was like, yeah, it's like a joke in the fan base that your mentality genuinely gets better.
Yeah, it's like
when
you start standing BTS,
them, but it's a
your
thing.
skin gets clear, everything's
Braids.
fixed.
It's
bank
so
account.
weird. So it's like you can tell that they are a band that like mean what they say.
So,
And, like,
Yeah.
It's
'cause
just a
it wouldn't have
beautiful
such a
relationship,
positive
man.
outcome on the fans, and I don't see this with any other band. So no band is out here doing it like
Yeah,
BTS.
not coming for
BTS.
anyone.
Not coming for any of your bands.
Please do not send
people.
hate to us nor the band, because if I see any band hate, I'm coming for you. It's on
Oh.
site.
Oh.
Maybe we should cut that part out.
No, I'm leaving it in.
Maybe we should cut
saying
that
the
part
The
out.
true
Send
Ines
your
got
hate mail
exposed.
at PO Box.
Coming for Ines.
But yeah, with all that said, Bang Bang Con was amazing. Bang Bang Con was
Bang Bang
amazing, and I really hope that Big Hit put something else on, because there's still so many more.
Well, didn't they
tours and
say
things.
that they're doing a
Something
in June?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's probably going to be Festa, because that's their anniversary. But we don't know. But at least we know there is.
They
something
made
to
it
look
sound
forward-
very special, though.
Yeah, there's
so I'm
something to look
hoping
forward
there's
to.
like
I'm excited.
Yeah,
And I hope the boys are excited and they get to do
Yeah.
like a little bit more like performing. 'cause
Yeah.
obviously that's where they shine.
yeah.
But yeah, Bang Bang Con, thank you so much.
Speaking of tour and like June, let's talk about merch, which
Yes.
has recently dropped like 2 days ago or so.
Yeah.
2 days ago, yeah, literally.
We didn't buy anything.
So EU and UK are still on their knees begging for rights.
Begging
Begging.
for crumbs at this point.
I would like a crumb of merch, please.
crumb,
Big Hit.
please.
A crumb.
I
please.
genuinely feel sick.
I
to
will
my
take
stomach
one grain
by
of
how
that shaky
beautiful
rice thing in the
it's
army
so
bomb.
the
Please.
shake rice. I want so much of that merch. It's so beautiful. Oh my god, the anorak, the hoodie, the t-shirt.
So we first got like a little snippet into merch when before Bang Bang Con, they were promoting it and they were posting Selkers holding like the Army Bomb special edition, and we noticed that the hoodies they were wearing were merch. And then after Bang Bang Con ended, they dropped all the HD quality photos,
yes.
which was a blessing.
Truly.
And then in the videos where they were doing little exercises, which by the way we forgot to say, in between like
yeah.
each of the like musters and
Yeah.
concerts, they had these little clips with, although it wasn't subbed, Big Hit, please, next time. They would come in and like do
Tell us
little
to get up and
stretches, and it was
exercise.
the
Yeah,
cutest
it was like
thing.
don't be lying down all this
ever.
time. Please get up and exercise.
Like,
It's good for your body.
Truly, yeah, it was cute. So we saw more merch on them because I think
Yeah,
the
they were
shot of
wearing it.
OC7, they were wearing like the joggers and
Yeah.
like the hoodie and hats and whatever.
Everything.
So then the next morning, I think it was all dropped. Like at 4
Yeah.
a.m. Like I got a notification from like Weverse and be like, here it is.
It
One
was
thing
sold
I
out
did
before I woke
notice-
up.
Yeah, one thing I noticed is that UK and EU wasn't on there, which again, please, I'm begging for rights.
Begging. And also the American shop got so much more than the global shop. I'm not
Which
salty.
I'm bashed about.
I'm not salty, but I will also like one of the white tops, please.
Please.
Stressing me out.
We are
like, I
begging.
understand Miss Rona is impacting like shipping and export and import and all
Yeah.
that jazz, but please, Big Hit, please bring it. I'm begging you, take all my
Well,
money.
the thing is though, like, I understand that it is affecting shipping and stuff, but like other places are still selling stuff. Like, not that I'm
Yeah.
coming for Big Hit, but like, you can still. I feel like they would still be able to. Like, I'm willing to
Yeah.
buy merch and not have it shipped to me till
Till it's ready. Yeah.
As long
Till
as
it's
I know
ready.
that merch is
as
in my
long
name
as I know that I've got it. Because
secured.
obviously UK and EU were still part of the tour. Like, we were in the plans, so obviously
Yeah.
there is merch for us as well. But it's like, where is it and why aren't we getting it?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I
even
guess
the
there's,
Army
like,
Bomb not being released to
Literal
us.
like logistics that are stopping
Yeah,
it. But
we don't know what goes on behind
Yeah.
the scenes,
But
so I
Big
can't
Hit,
chat too much crap.
please put in some orders for all the people that can't currently have it because of Miss Rona. Like,
Yeah.
we are willing
I
to
will
go
give you all my
bankrupt
money, and you
within
can
reason,
send it to me
actually.
in 2021, and I won't even be mad.
Thank you
Because
so
that
much.
hoodie,
The hoodie, like there's so
The photo
the,
cards.
The
I was gonna
anorak.
say we hadn't even mentioned the photo cards and the photo frames and the
Yeah.
posters.
yeah,
Oh.
there's everything. They truly
Stunning.
have so much. Like the ring set, which
beautiful.
I need.
surprisingly decent priced for what it is.
And just a little shout out. We love the simple merch, like the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
Is
So
is
a lot of
amazing.
bands have this messy. Not that I mean I can't crap. I can't talk crap because I buy a lot of merch from other bands, but I do notice that on tour some bands and artists have really hideous merch, but then you'll look online and their merch is banging.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like a time frame thing where they have to come up with it so quickly, but like truly simple is the way to go, because like the BTS's hoodies have like a little purple thing at the bottom, and then the strings have their little tour name. And I think maybe the back or something has something that I can't remember.
Like whoever
but
designed
like
this
it looks
merch.
so cute.
Yeah.
And it's
It looks
because
so
it's
good.
not in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Like here I am.
Thank you. Like, so whoever designed it, thank you so much.
And I think that's what they do really well. Like even with the rings set, they could have made it look very tacky and like, here it is, the BTS logo or ARMY logo. But the way that they've done it, you could wear that and like no one would know it's BTS, but the BTS fans would know it's BTS.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like it's a little exclusivity. Like you have to be in the know to know where it's from, and it's nice.
It is
it's
very.
nice.
I like how they have their merch. Whoever designs it,
great job.
A raise.
Round of applause from us.
A round of applause.
Thank you.
Like
so
even
much.
even the joggers was cute, and I don't look at stuff like that normally. I kind of know what I want when I buy merch. Normally like a hoodie or a t-shirt or something, or maybe a wristband. But I was like, whoa, those joggers are kind of peng, you know?
Truly. And our last segment for today's episode,
tiny little bit.
Tiny little bit.
It's another social media platform that Bangtan are infiltrating. Miss TikTok.
Yes. Well, infiltrating's a strong word. Obviously, anything BTS will touch will automatically become viral and iconic. But I wanted to talk about TikTok because they made a TikTok initially for chicken noodle soup. For the chicken noodle soup challenge, and then just didn't touch it until the comeback, which is cool. And then again didn't touch it. So I'm like, that's cool that you guys want to get into TikTok.
Don't forget what they did on Halloween, Queen.
Oh yeah. Oh, how could I forget that Jin video? Oh, I mean, it's not just Jin. Namjoon and Yoongi, they're there as well. But that clip of Jin that's all over Twitter of him just disappearing in 1 second may have gone a little bit more viral than the actual TikTok. But
we love a magician in the house.
We love. But I mean, I just really don't know where Big Hit are going with their TikTok, because a lot of K-pop idols are making TikTok. Like literally, I was on TikTok this morning and I saw Twice, I saw Rain, I saw like some members of EXO, I saw GOT7, like every band, everyone has a TikTok, and they're all doing like viral challenges and things that are popular on TikTok.
Yeah,
because TikTok is a fun app. But I feel like Big Hit are making BTS use it only for promotion, which isn't that bad. But like, it's a fun app. We want to see you do fun things on it as well. Say.
I can't tell if they're trying to make it a promo thing or they're trying to make it look like a fun thing.
I think it's only for promo.
Well, I think there was one that Hobie made. He was wearing a white suit and like a silver chain, and it was just him. Like I can't remember what he was doing, maybe singing. But apparently. It was dropped very randomly because I know they stopped using TikTok for a while. We were shocked when we saw it.
It had been months.
And then I think people on Twitter were showing receipts of how it was. Well, not receipts. It wasn't like a controversy, but like it was like a really pre-recorded.
It was literally
thing,
filmed months ago,
like a year ago. Yeah. Which I mean is not like it's an issue, but it's kind of like I don't get if they're trying to use TikTok more now, so they're trying to pump out what they've got.
Yeah.
Because during Bang Bang Con, I think it was a really sad moment, and then Hobie uploaded like a little clip or something.
Video. Oh,
yeah, which
was
really cute because it wasn't a promo thing. I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
But then they also do. Yeah, I don't really know. They also posted that little Jimin thing where he has a massive head.
They're only posting videos of them doing things to their own music, which is fine because that is, I mean, it's their TikTok. They can. Like if Big Hit
they said no free promo.
They're like no free promo because like
Iconic.
For example, I was watching Twice's TikTok like yesterday, and they were doing that thing where it's like to that One Direction song where you like do a heart, and then other people were doing other viral TikTok dances and challenges and stuff, and I'm like BTS some like have one of the best dance lines.
Yeah. But I think we also have to think about if that's what they want or not.
Yeah, of course.
Because maybe they're the ones that don't even want to do TikTok. They're like, nah.
They do. I want to see
But
Jimin doing
I know
Savage.
they be creeping. I know they be creeping on social media.
Yeah.
So it's
I
like,
just think like they have so many platforms in which I'm not the boys. I'm talking their like big hits team.
Big Hit,
have
yeah.
so many platforms that they're not utilizing to the best that they could.
well, even like their Instagram is this very
Yeah.
like, okay, we posted this photo
Yeah.
on Twitter 2 days ago.
But I
let
just
us
think
just
like
throw it
they
on
should
Instagram.
they should like concentrate on one platform, and if it's what the boys want, then
Yeah.
completely here to support it. Like what you do, you babies, and you will get the support.
Well, I
that you
would like
deserve.
some more Twitter use that isn't
Yeah.
management.
And
Because
and at
they
the same
used
time,
to post more.
Yeah, and at the same time, I just want them to relax for this
Yeah,
period.
also that.
Just take your break, babes.
I
Yeah.
just think
Do whatever
that.
you gotta do.
But the thing is that they're being so like a lot of them, for example, especially Tay, is being so active on Weverse.
Yeah.
And I really think that they are being told to like push Weverse, and they're being told not to use Twitter as much, because Tay and Hobie as well both said that they wanted to post videos. And I'm like,
Which you can
honey,
easily do
Twitter,
on
honey.
Twitter.
Twitter.
And they know how to use it.
Come
because they've been
back.
posting videos before.
I
Yeah.
just think
Not that we're coming for them, but like,
Yeah.
I'm not
Just
coming
do
for them.
do whatever you want at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Weverse, but I just think as a fan community, it's great to be able to find a way that we could talk to them and actually hear back from them. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not the best social media for fan interaction. Like, because how do you make friends? There's no option for DMing people on Weverse. There's no option for like, you can't really have back and forth conversations the same way
there's
you can
also
on Twitter.
like, so most idols really do use Twitter. Like I see so many
Yeah.
who was it? Was it TXT or like a tease? They were like replying to fans, like
Yeah,
really weird
a lot of
tweets.
people.
And I was like, wait,
I
what?
think like every social media platform has its positives and its negatives. So
Negatives,
there's
yeah.
never gonna be one perfect like platform to communicate with everyone. Yeah, I just think Big Hit and their team should focus on, if they're going to be on multiple platforms, they should have independent teams that really go for it properly.
Yeah, we're
not this
chatting
sort
too
of like
much.
dabbling in like.
But yeah, I mean, that about does
Sums it
it,
up,
really, for our first episode.
Hope you learned something. Hope you reminisced and you came through this journey with us.
I hope you enjoyed, and I hope everyone sticks around, and hopefully you're excited for more
Content
Obviously,
with us.
this was just like an introduction and a little like what really happened in the past 2 weeks in Bangtan world. But obviously, we will be talking about other stuff.
Yeah, whatever happens
Juicy
during,
topics.
like we'll have weekly episodes with weekly updates during the week. It'll be like a little bit more cleaner, a little bit more professional. Obviously,
Yeah.
this is just our
Yeah.
We will
first.
get better once
Yes.
we
Get better.
Stick with
get
us.
into it proper.
We didn't mean to offend anyone if we did, so please again be gentle.
Disclaimer.
Yeah,
we are
and disclaimer, we are
learning.
not affiliated once again with anyone in BTS or
Big Hit, don't sue us.
Big Hit, please don't drag me.
This is just a fun little a little area where we can go and gush over what's happened.
Yes.
Just
Also-
fun for everyone.
Follow us on our Twitter.
Yes, we made a Twitter.
Louder than pod.
Louder than pod.
/ louder than pod.
Yes.
And yeah, hope
That's
you
about
enjoyed
it
this
for now.
journey and found out a little bit more about us.
Yeah. Come
Thank
on.
Let us
you.
know your journey below.
Oh god. Below where?
There's no below, but yeah.
There is no below.
Okay, so thank you everyone for listening. We have been Louder Than Bangtan.
Bangtan.
Woo. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.